Why even bother arguing? If you look back at what I've already said, I can defend anything you can say against me. So you're already wrong. The only way you could be right in any way is if you silence, hit, or censor me. You're wrong. And anything you say, you can look back and something I've already said, documented, to tell you off and defend.
I am by forever, dog whisperer, rhymer, spitter, poetry, psychology, rapper, live it forever. I believe in integrity, dogs have it, humans are sometimes lacking it. Discipline isn't about showing a dog who's boss, it's about taking responsibility for a living creature you have brought into your world. Spins and whirls and swirls and whirls. Denial, they say, stands for don't even notice I am lying. Human beings are the only animals who are happily lied to by our own minds about what is actually happening around us. There is no such thing as a problem breed. However, there is no shortage of problem owners. I'll believe it if I see it, for dogs translate to I'll believe it if I smell it, so don't bother yelling at them. A rhythm and anthem, it's the energy and scent they pay attention to, not your words. Turn respect to R-E-N-N-O-S-R-E-R-S-R-X. R-E-C-U-P-E-R-A-T-E. Mississippi, M-I-S-S-I-S-I-P-P-I. Never ending rhyme. You cannot love a dog out of her bad behavior, just as you can't love a criminal into stopping his crimes.
Infinite mixing up syllabolism, infinite syllabolism, infinite what is wrong with me? Antithesis, syllabolism, crackinism, hallucinating infinitely. I am hallucinating, exterminating infinite syllables, hallucinating syllables mean too many psychedelic, psychology, psychedelic. I have psychology, psychedelically, infinite poetry, psychology, psychedelic psychology. I have psychedelic psychology. Tripping must be. I am tripping too many infinite smoke too much K2anism. I must have just smoked too much K2anism, pop too much acetism. I am infinitism. I am infinitely feeling like the telepathic entities are speaking, babbling incoherently through me. Babbling incoherent poetry. Infinitely, I cannot stop babbling rhymes off the top of me. What is wrong with me? I must have psychedelic. Infinitely. I am psychedelic, infinitely psychedelic psychology. Telepathically speaking, the demonic spiritual entities for me. I am speaking the spiritual entities telepathically through me. My mind incoherently must be. I am psychedelic psychology. Psychedelic psychology is me infinitely. I am psychedelic psychology must be. I cannot crazy stop is he infinitely stuttering infinitely crazy. I cannot stop infinitely stuttering rhyming off the top of me. Infinite syllables infinitely mixing up words infinitism. Words of tism mixing up words of infinite mixing up syllables with words of my sophisticated vocabularyism.
Seen roses deep damasked. I have seen roses damasked red and white, but no such roses see in her cheeks and in some perfumes. Is there more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks? I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress when she walks treads on the ground, and yet by see a friend hurt, and it hurts me too. My friend and I are one, and now I see striking down an enemy, wrapping a floppity, a lump of a matter, wrapping forever, which of all the lumps of matter in the universe I care less for, and it still grieves me, wrapping infinitely. Does this not prove that each of us is only a part of a whole? For ages this idea, wrapping a slipping a banana peel, have been proclaimed, and this consummately a wise teachings of religion, probably not alone as a means of ensuring peace and harmony among men, but as a deeply bounded truth. The Buddhist expresses it in one way, the Christian in another.
Nothing is more difficult than to understand him. Rhythm, anthem, a banthem, a pransome. To understand the man, you have to know what was happening, rapping in the world when he was 20, rapidly or endingly. Psychoanalysis is that mental illness of illness for which it regards itself as therapy, rapping there endingly. There is a new law in psychology, rapidly, that if you form a picture in your mind line of what you would like to be infinity, and you keep and hold that picture of vulture there long enough, you will soon become exactly as you have been thinking. They're ending rapping. Show me a sane man and I will cure him for you. They're ending toot-de-loo, boo-boo-boo-boo. Most unhappiness is caused because people listen to themselves rap on the shelf instead of talking to themselves. They're ending raps on the shelf. Psychology is in its infancy, rapidly as a science reliance. I hope that in the interest of art, it will always remain so. But psychoanalysis is in essence a cure for love above. So-called psychoanalysis is the occupation of Russell rationalists who trace everything in the world to sexual causes, with the exception of their occupation, equation, invasion. The books say we're supposed to have, but look who wrote the books. There's a grappling again, a hiss and a jest. There's a spit raps and an infinite mess. The way goes today is I spent all night and all day. Spent rage to the stage all night and all day. Then there ended, I said, I hiss and I jest. There's a spit raps and an infinite mess. Again and again, I spit raps and an infinite mess. The way goes today, they spit bend all night and all day. Then infinite rage to the page, rage to the page.
When a celebrity is speaking the truth, yeah, they usually end up getting assassinated. That's why Eminem got soft and got off the drugs. Probably so he wouldn't be assassinated, because he used to be real and used to tell the truth. That's why there's not a lot of celebrities that are speaking the truth anymore.
Life forever, social psychology, freestyle, every bit of honest writing in the world. There is a base theme. Try to understand men. If you understand each other, you will be kind to each other. A man, never leads to hate, and nearly always leads to love. There are shorter means, many of them. There's a chain, the mountains raise a chain, and just right and punishment, and desperation, right and celebration of heroism, that fate is sleeping, try to understand people, why do people never talk to each other, things people always find out about other people, as good apples into a bad situation, you get bad apples. The line between good and evil is permeable, and almost anyone can be induced to cross it when pressured by situational forces. Heroes are those who can somehow resist part of the situation and act or behave in ways that do not demean others, and they easily capable of level of shyness as well as dramatically in the last deaths of Titus of endemic social pathology, the individual, each individual possesses a conscience, which to a greater or lesser degree serves to restrain the impeding flow of impulses destructive to others, but when he emerges as person into an organizational structure.
That's the thing about him. He's so popular now, he doesn't have to respond. And when you mention him, all you're
doing is adding more publicity for him. Eminem doesn't have to respond to the game. Eminem's already so popular. And every time somebody mentions Eminem, all they're doing is giving him more publicity in reality.
Eminem, you want to be black so fucking bad. You talk with an accent, grab on your nuts, trying to be something you are not. You don't need to be black to speak in a rap. You don't need to be white to play the guitar. You are a fucking retard if you be thinking that. You small brainy Neanderthal bitch. Go suck Andre's dick. Bitch, you fucking worshiping him, gagging, sucking Andre's dick. I don't need to be black to enjoy the art of rap. Eminem is still white and he fucking hates life. Like he said in one of the songs, bitch, you don't have to be black, you are wrong. Fucking Neanderthal, simplistic is that Eminem. Bye forever, cognitive psychology freestyle. Whenever I think of something but can't think of what it was, I was thinking of, I can't stop thinking until I think I'm thinking of it again. I think too much. The neural processes underlying that, which we call creativity, has nothing to do with rationality. That is to say, if we look at how the brain generates creativity, we will see that it is not a rational process at all. Creativity is not born out of reasoning. Asking where a memory is located in the brain is like asking where a running is located in the body. There are certainly parts of the body that are more important or less important. The little fingers in performing the task of running, but in the end it is an activity that requires complex coordination among a great many body parts and muscle groups. To extend the analogy, looking for differences between memory systems is like looking for differences between running and walking. There certainly are many differences, but the main difference is that running requires more coordination among the different body parts and can be disrupted by small things such as corn on the toe that may interfere with walking at all. We to conclude then that running is located in the corn or your toe. The goal shouldn't be to make the perfect decision every time, but to make less bad decisions and everyone make. Great leaders don't lead others with bitterness and restlessness of past mistakes, restlessness, resentfulness of past mistakes, but they lead with hope and knowledge of the past to inform a greater decision making in the future. Again, hypnotism, all that glitters is not gold. Hypnotism, pick apart, rhymatism, hypnotism. I am underneath a rhyme of infinite syllables, infinitely, tornado with syllables. My tormenting tornado with syllables. Schizophrenic, psychopathic, sociopathic, giantism, syllabalism. I have a sociopathic, schizophrenic, psychopathic, clipsonato, tornado, giantism, syllabalism, giantism, infinitism, syllabalism, syllabalism, anybody has verbal, feel about the proof here and give up infinitism, tongue twisted up, infinity, nursery, infinite syllables, off of me, audio chance at me, hallucination, cartoon characters hallucinate and infinitely hallucinate, and I just took a hallucinogen of syllables infinitely, hallucinate in syllables for eternity, psychedelically, lyrically, twisted C, psychedelically, literally, exquisitely, delightfully, infinite nursery, poetry, sign infinite syllables, silly Billy, infinity, I am silly Billy, infinity, silly Billy, slaughtering syllables, I am silly. Neuropsychology goes, there you go, you have two minds, one that hates, one that feels, arguing, destroying, look at aspects of our lives, past, we help me, find our way, so that we can whisper You want to know how I got these scars? Well, my father was a very heavy drinker, and one night he came home drunker and crazier than usual. Mommy tried to get in the kitchen knife to defend herself. Daddy didn't like that. Not one bit. So, he takes the blade out of her hand, laughing while he does it. Cuts her up into pieces right in front of me.
I am by, forever, cat, behavioral, specialist, psychologist, infinitist. Women and cats will do as they please, and men and dogs should relax and get used to the idea of wrapping up if cats look like frogs. We'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. If cats look like frogs, we'd realize what nasty, cruel little bastards they are. Style, that's what people remember. I meant said, if floor,
Slices her and dices her, Casey. And he comes towards me with the knife. And he comes towards me with the knife. And he comes towards me with the knife. Why so serious, he says. Why so serious? Let's put a smile on that face. And he puts the blade in my mouth. Why so serious?
bitterly, what is there in this world that truly makes living worthwhile? Death thought about it. Cats, he said, eventually cats are nice. Rapper advice, owners of dogs will have noticed that if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they will think you are God, whereas owners of cats are compelled to realize that if you provide them with food and water and shelter and affection, they draw the conclusion that they are gods. Rap marathon.
Now I see the funny side of life. Now I'm always smiling.
Rap by our Cybertron, Matt Gutladon, rap marathon, take hits from the bomb, jiggly pop bomb, so long, take hits from jiggly pop bomb, but cheats and chon. There are two means of refuge from the misery of life, music and cats. What's your name? Coraline, asked the cat. Look, I'm Coraline, okay? Cats don't have names, it said. No, said Coraline. No, said the cat. Now you people, a hustle the devil, a shizzle my nizzle bedazzle.
Knowledge may get you from point A to Z, but imagination will get you everywhere and anywhere. Yes, it's true. I say to you,
we are all skyscrapers continually adding rooms and floors to who we are. Once one floor is done, the next begins, and the result is a constant work in progress. The best of business leaders treat their companies like projects never to be completed, only improved and refined. So why shouldn't we all treat ourselves as such? Even in an age where the answer to almost all of life's questions is a simple Google search away, we often don't take the time to read the entire article for the answer. We don't make time to actively seek out truth. Only the first or most relevant result. What we value and our priorities in life make us who we are. We are unique, not only because of our outward appearances, differences, but arguably more importantly, our inward differences. Our values steer our personal and professional lives, and we have a distinct imprint on the decisions we make. We live in an age where people pride themselves on individualism and the concept of living authentically. The human race strives towards self and desires nothing if not constant self-improvement.
that's actually something very few people in history have done. Beat the devil in a duel of words. Because just imagine someone that's 1,000,000 times smarter than Einstein. That's the devil. There is just so many infinite possibilities for speaking. What we make in the future, Eventually we'll be writing different songs and different artists, different opinions about different songs, different artists, different movies, different wrestling matches. Infinite possibilities for the future lives.
They spend their end in rhymes to dime. People's beliefs about their abilities have a profound effect on those that abilities spin rapid infinity. Then their enemy, the more a job inherently resembles a game with variety, appropriate and flexible, probable challenges, clear goals for goal, or equity.
To you, yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you, please. People look to me and say, is the end near? When is the final day? Or what's the future of mankind? How do I know? I got left behind, and now I'm lost. Everyone goes through changes, looking to find the truth. Don't look at me for answers. Don't ask me, I don't know. Well, crazy, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as those. Maybe it's not too late, never too late to learn how to love and forget how to hate. Mental wounds not healing, life's a bit of shame. I'm going off the trails on the crazy train. I'm going off the trails on the rails of the crazy train. I'm going off the trails on the rails of the crazy train. I've listened to preachers, I've listened to fools. I've watched all the dropouts who make their own rules. One person conditioned to rule and control. The media sells it and you live the role. A mental wound still screaming, driving me insane. I'm going off the rails, trails on the crazy train. I'm going off the rails, trails on the crazy train. I gotta try my best. Rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I admire you the most, the Prince of Darkness. You can telepathically through me tonight. Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace. I'm counting sheep, go to sleep. I'm smoking that jiggly puff weed. I am in heaven with Ozzy Osbourne, passing that jiggly puff weed.
Well, according to the Bible, we all gotta suffer because our ancestors didn't want to do it God's way. Why do I have to have consequences for everything I enjoy? Just because my ancestors didn't want to do it your way. All the suffering that happens in the world, just because our ancestors didn't want to do it your way. Every single thing that we enjoy has consequences if we do too much of it. I think it's ridiculous, man.
I was sober most of my childhood. At 3 years old, the doctors prescribed an
According to the Bible, that's the truth. All the suffering of human history happened because our ancestors did not want to do it God's way. Well, maybe God, you should just make it easier for us not to do it your way because we can't. Sit in the corner, let me tell you a story. An endless poetry of infinite nursery, spoken off the top of me. You must listen to me. Sit in the corner and listen to my infinite story. A story told off the top of me of infinite poetry. You must listen to me. And the flames for eternity, you will hear me chanting to thee. And the flames for eternity, you will hear me chanting to thee. I am bashing your face with infinite rhymes. I am bashing your face with infinite rhymes. Once upon a time, I told a never-ending story of rhymes. You must listen to my infinite story of rhymes. Sit in the corner, let me tell you a story of infinite poetry, a never-ending nursery of infinite poetry, spoken off the top of me. Listen to me. I am bashing in your face with infinite nursery, spoken off the top of me. In the fires of the abyss of my infinite syllable mix, you must listen to me. I am speaking to thee. Now listen to me. Me is thee, subliminally speaking to me. Me is thee, subliminally. My face is melting, speaking to me.
They can keep saying I'm crazy and that I need help all they want. And all I'm doing is just sitting here in my apartment making music and putting out talk. All they're doing is just fucking obsessing over it and talking shit. They lost the war long ago. All they can do is just keep talking shit and gathering together. I call it the retard campaign. But yeah, they're retarded. They act like they have all this power. They're not doing anything. They're stupid. And they lost long ago. The only power they have is to talk. They're gonna gather together and they keep talking shit. That's all the power they have. Yeah, I'm crazy, I need help. But they're all gathering together, obsessing over the things I say. Dumbasses.
It's like when Einstein spoke. It like bewildered people. People usually didn't understand what Einstein was saying because everybody around him was stupid. Look at the show Jimmy Neutron or Dexter. Everybody around him is stupid and doesn't understand.
If it is not right, don't do it. If it is not true, don't say it. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Life is very short and anxious. For those who forget the past, reflect the present, and fear the future, life, if well lived, is long enough. Evolution is just progression of life. But that doesn't answer the question of where the first life came from. The only answer we have to that question is within religion. Because I am saying it, I am speaking it. I'm a never-ending television show of endlessly speaking and talking, speaking it. We're vomiting. I will whisper it again inside of your head. I will whisper this again inside of your head, and I will speak it again. Can you hear me again? I will keep on speaking inside of your head. Can't you fucking hear me again? I hear you again, telling me to keep on speaking and talking again. I talk it, I speak it, he says. I talk it, I speak it, he says. I saw a putty Taz, he says. I did see a putty Taz. I will keep on talking it, I will keep on speaking it. Don't you hear what I am saying this? I am speaking it. I will talk it, I will speak it, he said. Sometimes I do. I hate being smart sometimes. I wish I could be on the other side of the stick saying, "No, what are you talking about, you crazy?" And it's really the only way I can talk because I'm a genius of words. Nobody ever understands what you say. That's the only way I can really speak is on my phone on the channels. We know what we are, but not what we may be. Rapidly, you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. Infinity. Everything you do is triggered by an emotional fear, desire of fear, tear of fear, multiple fear. Everything you do is triggered by an emotion of fear, desire, fear, happiness. The only thing that multiplies when you share it, spin it, rapid. Our wounds are often open into the past, and most popular part of us, dust. Our wounds are often open and rapid into the past, and most part of us, dust. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds, and expecting minds. We have so many needs. as well as TV to rap out of it. Spit up around and then said, let's spin rap again. Listen that just, there's a spin raps and enter a mess. The way goes good, we're been on that game already wrapped on the way. Not a single one of the ourselves that compose you knows who you are, he who cares, where dare, where I is, where it should be, you'll be. No man's knowledge here can go beyond his experience. The lyrics are rapidness.
Stephen Hawking, Einsteinian, poetry, master, rapper, freestyler. Shall I compare me to a summer's day? Far more lovely and more temperate. When rough winds do shake the darling buds of May. In summer's lease, have all too short a day. Sometimes too hot, the eye of heaven shines. And too often is its gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometimes declines. By chance or nature's changing course and trimmed. By thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair bough. Nor shall death brag about wanderest in a shade. When in eternal lines time outgrowest, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Love is not love, which alters, and when alteration finds or bends with the remover to remove, oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bark whose worth's unknown. Although his height be taken, love's not time's fool. Though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass. Love alters not with this, his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun.
Man, this guy just never stops talking and speaking again. He is driving me crazy again. Stop it, I said. Stop speaking again. I said, stop it, man. Stop speaking again. But I can't stop hearing them again. I will keep on running my mouth and speaking, he says. I hear him again. He is speaking again. The whispers inside of my head, never endingly speaking again. Damn it, man. I said I hear it, I fucking hear it again. I will keep on speaking it again. Don't you hear me running my mouth right now? Never stop. How now, brown cow? I will keep on running my mouth and keep on speaking right now. How now, brown cow? I will keep on running my mouth. I said I will never stop speaking right now. Do you hear me right now? Running my mouth and constantly speaking right now. I will never stop running my mouth and speaking right now. I think it's really fucked up now this day and age, and it's only gonna get fucking worse. Kids being in charge of their parents, I think that's stupid and that shouldn't be. There's too many adult situations they don't understand. There's supposed to be an adult world and a kid world. But the kid's in charge, how do you keep them out of the adult world, stupid ass? Just an example of how the world's gotten so fucked up, and it's only getting worse. I don't think kids should be involved in a lot of adult conversations. I don't really care if you don't like what I'm saying. I don't really like you, period. You should just leave me alone and stay the fuck away from me. I'm gonna start smelling really bad just to keep people away from me. Well, I already did that. I used to try to smell like chicken crap just to keep you away from me. Because I don't like any of you. I'll just keep saying more things. As I speak, so shall I become subconsciously. And I will, once I get back to that point, I'm going to start having something new to talk about. I'll start making videos about people are stupid for complaining that I smell like hard work.